My name's Marie and I'm one half of EmsDenCo. Paul's busy in the garage at the minute wrapping stuff, so I thought I'd come on here and just give you a quick update on our 21st birthday challenge for our daughter Emily. Now everything's been listed and currently the listing value is, let me just turn away and look at my book, £263.90. Now the plan is when these items sell, these 10 items that we bundled together for her, when they sell, we will use the profits from the sales to reinvest them and buy other clothing, and hopefully over the course of a year we will have enough money for her to have a lovely 2-week holiday, or around about the £2,000 mark. That's what we are aiming for. Now at the moment everything's listed, it's been listed for about a week. We did have someone offer £5 on one of our £24.99 bundles, so we declined that. Realistically, when these items sell, the profit should be between about 118 to about 186, depending on what things sell for, whether we take offers, whether we have them on sale. But that's roughly what our aim will be, is between 100 and sort of 118, 186. That is hopefully what we will be gaining from her toys. We will reinvest them and then see how we get on over the course of a year. Now, the task and the challenge doesn't officially start till the first week in June, which is Emily's 20th birthday. And for the minute, I've been doing some research. So one of the rules of this challenge was that I did 3 hours research a week. And I have been doing that. I've been watching lots of videos, learning a lot about vintage clothing, and watching people like Chatty Pete, for example, trying to get tips and hints on how to buy and sell clothing, so that when there is some money available to use to buy, I can buy the right things. But it's like anything when you're doing research, you end up going down a few rabbit holes because you hear the odd word and you're trying to piece it together. One of the things Chatty Pete mentioned in a couple of videos was a Chore jacket, and how they hold their value, they sell quite quickly. That's great, but I didn't really know what a Chore jacket was, so I thought there might be other people watching that don't know what a Chore jacket is. So I've done a bit of research, and I can tell you that a Chore jacket is a sort of piece of workwear that used to be worn by farmers, labourers, made of a hard-wearing sort of durable material like denim or like a heavy cotton, and they have big chunky pockets on the front, mainly to carry things so that these workers didn't need to carry a bag around with them. So I'm going to get Paul to hoof up here a picture to give you an image of what a Chore jacket sort of looks like, just in case you ever see one. And after seeing it on Chatty Pete's channel, I did have a look at solds on eBay, and the ones I've seen, obviously different brands go for different amounts, but you're looking averaging about £30 upwards for these sort of jackets. So that's definitely something I'll be keeping an eye out for when I do start the challenge. I'll be looking at charity shops and trying to get an idea on these jackets, because I know that they do hold their value. So something else I've learnt this week, when I was watching videos, especially Chatty Pete, you mentioned about Adidas. Now everyone knows Adidas is a famous brand, but with any famous brand you can get a lot of fakes and things like that. So I thought I'd have a bit of a look into the history of Adidas. And I know that getting items from West Germany, from Austria, Hungary and the UK are more vintage than obviously the more recent ones. But I've had a look into the history of Adidas because I do have an interest in older things, and I like to know how some of these companies start. So just to give you a very brief overview, a company was started by Adolf Dassler and Rudi Dassler, and they were producing sort of sportswear before the war. And after the Second World War they had a bit of an argument and never worked again, and Adolf Dassler, who was known as Addy, started Adidas, and his brother Rudi Dassler started Puma. So there you go, a tip for the day, something you've learned. And neither of them spoke again. The families all fell out over it. No one really knows what it was about. But that was how Adidas started. Now, Chatty Pete mentions about the vintage ones having a strip down the arm, whereas more recent ones have 2 strips. So that's something I'll be looking out for. And also I've looked online, and you can date Adidas clothing. Underneath the sort of the labelling, there is a little label which has 4 digits. So for example, if it was 09/10, that would be September 2010. So that's something I've learned this week, is that if I find any Adidas clothing, I will know how to date it to see if it's vintage or not. So I'm hoping that this information is of help to you. Now, if you're out and about and you see any Adidas, you can have a look. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of you know this information anyway, but this is something I'm trying to learn about vintage clothing, and this week this is what I've picked up. So I'm hoping that this is of use to you. I'm hoping you'll stay with me for this journey, because clearly I don't know a lot about clothing, and I'm trying to learn. There's lots you can learn on the internet. I've looked at RN numbers this week as well, and I thought, that was perfect, because I just punch in the RN number and that'll tell me when a t-shirt was made. But when I've looked into it more, it tells me that the company was formed or registered at that time, not the actual date of the garment. So that was something I've learned. So clearly I need to do a lot more research, and that's what I'll be doing over the next course of a year. So thank you very much for joining me. Hope it's not been too boring, and hope you'll catch me on the next one. So thanks for watching. This is the bit where Paul would normally mention about liking and subscribing. It would be something about dinging a bell or something. I'm not quite as polished as he is, so I'm just going to say, you know what to do. Thanks ever so much for your support, and thanks for watching, and take care, and I'll see you again. Thank you. Goodbye.